Chiang Mai, The Nation, Asia News Network. Skies in the north of Thai are opaque with choking haze, the most serious smog crisis ever recorded in this country, but there's one thing residents can still see clearly: the provincial and central governments are unable to protect their health and well-being. Ordinary people are just going to have to help each other, they're saying. Local authorities' inability to deal with the severe problem with any sense of promptness has already led to a campaign to remove Chiang Mai Governor Supachai Iamsuan from office. Thailand's provincial governors are typically appointment by the central government. Chiang Mai's people now want a governor who is elected and thus directly accountable. Meanwhile, crowd-funding efforts and appeals for donations are underway to buy enough N95-grade face masks and air purifiers for an estimated 500,000 northerners most at risk of harm from exposure. Alarm is rapidly replacing concern as the level of hazardous airborne PM2.5 particles soars past 500 micrograms per cubic meter (mcg per cubic meter), in some places, reaching a staggering 700 mcg in one instance. The safe limit recognized in Thailand is 50 mcg per cubic meter, and even that is well above the United Nations standard. The North has endured dangerously high concentrations of PM2.5 almost every day for nearly 4 weeks, and the situation is steadily and swiftly worsening. Any respite is unlikely before the rainy season begins. This past weekend, residents and experts have resigned themselves to the reality: the authorities have no answers and they must take direct citizen action. Environmental health expert Sunthi Kochawat pointed out that the authorities had prepared for the smog season this year and had plans in place, but ultimately they failed to curb the widespread practice of clearing cropland with fires and to adequately protect public health. In recent days, the northern provinces have been suffering with daily PM2.5 level averages 4-fold to 6-fold greater than the safe limit. Sunthi said. The official smog measures were such a big failure, even after the authorities had many months to prepare, that the public is very angry and calling for the governor to be sacked. Despite the situation turning extremely dangerous, he said, neither local authorities nor the central government have introduced better ways to alert people about the pollution threat or to protect public health. Sunthi said, it is now past the point of warning citizens to remain indoors, and yet the authorities still won't declare the affected provinces a pollution control area, only because they're too concerned about the impact on tourism. Echoing the demand of a citizen petition, the Legal Research and Development Center at Chiang Mai University's Faculty of Law on Saturday released a statement urging Supachai to step down as governor. It also called for the entire local administrative system to be reformed so that the next governor can be elected by popular vote. The failure of the provincial authority to deal with the smog highlights the structural problem that makes local authorities appointed by Bangkok care more about the interests of the central government than taking care of the local people, the statement read. Expelling one ineffective governor will not truly solve the problem, so we need to abolish the appointment system and let local people choose their provincial leaders through elections to ensure they get better care from the governor. Nareshwan University lecturer Tanapon Fenrat has suggested that citizens form teams to solve problems that arise and that the authorities are not adequately addressing. We have to recognize that government officials are just normal people who happen to have a title and authority, and that their power doesn't guarantee they can solve problems any better. Tanapon said. We need both skills and strong will to effectively solve problems. In the case of the crippling haze, which the authorities clearly can't handle, he recommended their power and funding from tax revenues be relinquished to citizen teams that would be established to tackle the problem independently.